It's Adam from Hobo Nation again, and man, I once again came across just a great young man tonight that I wanted just to have him share his quick. I asked him if he'd share his story because it's pretty awesome. His name is John, and John, I'm going to turn it over and just tell him kind of what like you were talking to Jim about. Just tell him what your life was like and how things are going for you now and where you are.
At age 15,
Right, closer.
I lost my girlfriend to a bullet. I was a member of Blood. They called a hit on me, and I was supposed to get the bullet. We were going to the candy store, and she got shot. She took the bullet from me. I remember her last words she said to me was, "I love you, and I'll always love you." I never knew. We grew up in diapers, so I really didn't know that she really had feelings for me. So it really changed my life, and she was really musical. But anyway, to get back on my story, at age 15, I started drinking, and then my whole life spiraled into being an addict. I was addicted. I started experimenting with weed. I really just didn't care about my life. I had everything. I had a house. I had a job. I had a car. I had people that loved me. And at age 18, I got kicked out. I got arrested about in June of this year.
So you're 18 right now, right?
I'm 18 right now. I got arrested June this year. I became a Christian. Someone I called G. He was like, "Hey, why don't you go to this little Bible study?" And that night I didn't really feel like going, but he's like, "You don't have to go through the whole thing." But there was something about the way he was talking about forgiveness. He started talking about forgiveness and forgiving people. And I remember that day when my girlfriend got shot, and I found somewhere in my heart to find the courage to forgive him for shooting her. And that really spiraled me into really being a Christian. And I really believe that Jesus really died for me. But everything seemed to have fallen in place ever since that I really found Jesus. He's really come into my heart and showed me love.
Cool. I was talking to you, and you said it was your fault you got kicked out, right?
It's my fault I got kicked out.
and you said also that your birth mom all of a sudden appeared.
My birth mom, she's been looking for me for 15 years. I was in jail, and one day I got this letter, and I'm looking at the letter, and it says Beulah Howard. And I didn't recognize the last name, but I recognized the first name. I knew that was my mom's first name, and I was like, this can't be what I think this is. So I'm not believing this. I'm ripping open the letter fast. I'm tearing through the paper. I'm my hand's shaking. I start reading it, and she's like, it says, "I love you, I miss you. I've been looking for you for 15 years, and I will always love you, and I want you to come home." And that really it really set something in my heart. And from that moment, I ran into my room, I ran into the cell, and I started crying because I felt love through words, and I felt even through the words were radiating off the paper. I felt it deep in my heart that somebody really loved me, somebody really cared, and I didn't know how she got.
That's awesome. God's a God of restoration, and He's bringing you back around, and He's going to keep bringing you in the right direction. But He's got to keep you obedient, and listen to Him. But it's awesome, and just a quick thing for everybody watching: you miss so much not coming down and serving and meeting people like John that are out sharing the story. You're doing exactly what God wants you to do, John. He wants you out sharing the story of how He's changing your life, how He's real, and how you're going to be an example. You're going to be evidence of a changed life for the Lord, and He's going to use you in a big way.
Hey, you're being used right now. I mean, you're blessing our lives just listening to your story.
That's right.
Someone once told me that I was supposed to be a pastor. People prophesied over me, and I didn't believe it.
I can see it.
And now I realize that this story is really my testimony.
That's
really
awesome.
So that's why I'm very happy to share.
That's awesome.
Well, that's awesome.
God
Thank
bless
you
you.
so much. Yeah, I appreciate that, John,
Yep.
very much.
God bless you.
Hey, check out hobonation.org and just see what we're all about there, and we'll have his video up there. Thank you, John, very, very much.